Alright, hey guys, good morning. Gonna work on the rectifier regulator today, and what I want to do first, I want to test the new one that came in, make sure I know what numbers are on it so I can test the old one, because if the old one tests okay, I'll put it back on, just put new connections on it. So let's get started on that. Alright, here's the old one, and you can see the burnt out right there, which is one of the stator leads, which is right there. And the brandy new one, slightly bigger, but same exact connections as before. You have the 4 going in and the 2 going out to the condenser. You have 2 yellow lines, which are the stator output lines, and then you have a ground and a positive. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are the lines that go back to power the accessory PTO, okay, because you need the power to go back. This is just for the condenser that will take up any spikes in the charge, because when this thing gets its AC and the diodes rectify it to DC, it rectifies 12 to 14.4 volts, so there will be spikes. When you turn that PTO on, you'll get an initial spike of amperage, and the condenser's there to take up that spike. So they have those here. All right, my Craftsman multimeter, we will set it for diode. You have a little diode setting right there, okay, which is basically the continuity setting as well. All right, so we will hear the beep. Okay, so on the new one, everything I see says you put the positive lead onto the positive lead of the output that goes to the condenser, so I will do that. Okay, now to test it, you touch each of the stator leads and see what you get for reading, and they should be the same. That's what I'm finding out, they're telling me. Okay, so right now that lead says 1160. Okay, the other one 1157, so basically the same, so that's good. Now to test in the other direction, because remember, diodes are directional, they only work in one direction. So to test the other one, you just do the opposite. Take out the positive lead from the positive and you stick the negative lead in. Alright, so we will do that. And now let's see what we get now. 572 is the reading on one, 530, 528 on the other. Okay, but it's good readings, whatever, so I'm assuming this is good. Okay, now the money shot. What does the old one look like? The one that had the burnt connection. Now my buddy Craig Timmons said to me, just reconnect it with new connections. It was probably a bad connection. And everybody I've talked to in the lawn business said, yeah, these regulator rectifiers burn up all the time. We're always having to replace them. So let me see if the old one is still good and still tests good. I'm hoping it tests bad, because I would say, great, I'm going to replace it and it's going to work. But let's test it. Let's see what happens. So we're going to take the old one. Let me put this camera down a little bit. All right, take the old one. I'm going to put the positive lead into the positive coming out of the connector. Okay. And I'm going to test each stator lead now. So the first stator lead is burnt out one. Wow. It's going all over the place. There we go, 1231. Wow, close to the other one. Let me try the other lead. That was 1231. 1235. I think we have a good one. Now let me check it the other way. Craigie, maybe I owe you a beer, pal. Maybe it's just that the connection was loose and that's why it fried. Let's see. Okay, now we check it the other way. 563, sort of like the other one. and 548. Guys, I think we got a good regulator, rectifier. I think it was just the connection. I'm hoping. I am hoping. But one thing I want to say to you guys, I looked all over the internet and everywhere on how to test these things, and I couldn't find anything till finally I said, wait a minute, why don't I just look under like motorcycle rectifier regulators, okay? And that's where I found this, how to test these things. Now, keep in mind, this, don't want to lose the camera. There we go. This type of regulator rectifier is a single phase, okay, which means it uses single phase AC going in, not three phase. You know that because you have two stator leads going in. If you have one of these that has three yellow lines going out into it, that's a three-phase stator, and that's more used on motorcycles, ATVs, things that require a lot more current, have headlights, electric start, you know, turn signals, things like that. On a small lawnmower engine, a single phase rectifier is all you need. And the difference too is one will have a single diode to rectify from AC to DC. The other will have a bridge rectifier of three of them connected together to give you the AC. So it looks like this rectifier is okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, now that we have it tested and all, I am going to go in the backyard. I'm going to get the piece of equipment. Oh, I'm trying to get a good picture without the sun here. There we go. I'm going to go in the backyard. I'm going to take the piece of equipment. I'm going to hook the old regulator rectifier back up. I'm going to put some new connections on it, and then I will come back and give you another video. But hopefully this shows you how to check rectifier regulators that are on non-battery electric PTO walk-behind mowers. All right, so that'll be it for now, guys. Any questions, comments, suggestions, put them below. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. As always, we'll catch you later on, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.